You're talking about alternative fuel sources, and obviously that's a really big subject right now, looking at the price per gallon that we're all paying, nationally, and also being able to just get around the city. I know of a company based out of the flagship up in Anderson called Altar-Nano that are looking at alternative fuel sources and fuel sales. How will you guys actually go and look at local companies within Indiana, the Midwest, to help maybe put some initial investment or give them some possible testing applications for a lot of their products or services?
It's one of those things that we're really open to in the excitement to some of the developments and the alternative energy technology that's going on in Indiana. We think this provides a great opportunity for test case type scenarios for the implementation of new technologies. What we need to know, though, is if we're going to use a public dollar, that we've got a reliable technology that can go a long way. So in terms of offering experimental technology as the first run of service, that may be a long shot in terms of how we use these recommendations, but being able to evaluate the technology and give it a marketplace that encourages its ongoing development, we want to do that and hopefully see where we can apply those new technologies into existing forms of service.
What are the next steps that are going to happen between now and, say, the end of the year, first quarter of next year?
Well, really, where we are now is we're kind of getting our paperwork in order. We need to figure out the best way to conduct this environmental impact statement process. Is it something we're going to do in-house with our planners? Is it going to be a cooperation with the private sector? Do we pay the private sector to conduct that work? So we've got to make sure we've got a good scope of work and identify that environmental impact statement process and scope of work. The other thing that we're going to be working on is building up our advocacy foundation and developing a legislative proposal for legislative action to take on funding for transit in Indiana, and also be working with our metropolitan planning organization as they initiate a regional transportation vision planning process.
I know that anybody in the public domain can actually go to CIRTA's website. What are some other resources or other areas that people can keep updated besides IBJ, the STAR, some of the local industry and business publications?
Well, the Indianapolis Metropolitan Planning Organization, which is our region's transportation planning entity, has a very great website with lots of detailed resources and reports from both the past and what's going on today. So that's indympo.org, indympo.org. I would also encourage folks to check out the Indigo website, which is indigo.net, and also Central Indiana Commuter Services, which is 327ride.net. Another place where folks can keep up with policy about transportation and things that are going on in the United States with regards to funding and reauthorization of funding and things that are going on in the nation that are innovative would be the American Public Transportation Association, which is apta.com, apta.com.
Thank you very much, Ehren.
You're welcome.